Hi, I'm Tom Giannotti, attorney with Butler Kahn Law Firm. Today I want to talk about a case that our firm recently settled in the amount of $325,000 for a very deserving client who was involved in this car accident. You see her car on the screen here. Our client was on her way to work early in the morning. She was stopped in traffic, and she was rear-ended by a driver who apparently hit the gas instead of the brake pedal. I've got here a redacted copy of the accident report, and you can see in the accident report where the at-fault driver told the police officer that she accidentally hit the gas pedal instead of the brake, and you can see that as a result, that driver was found to be at fault and issued a ticket for following too closely. So, this case is what we as lawyers would call an admitted fault or admitted liability wreck. And it might seem like a case where the insurance company should say, well, okay, tell us how much we should write the check out for. Unfortunately, the reality is not always that simple. And this case did involve some extended litigation. All of this was happening actually during the COVID-19 pandemic, which made it difficult not only for us as lawyers with the courts being closed, but also for our client who needed medical treatment, and many doctors' offices were not seeing patients in person. So going back to the accident, our client broke her finger in the crash, and she also had complained of back pain at the scene. As she was waiting in the emergency room to be seen, she started to feel numbness in her arm. And so our client, after she had gotten home from the emergency room, she made some appointments with the specialists. And in short, the specialist, the finger is healed. The specialist told her, try to treat your back pain conservatively. In other words, try to see if it gets better with time. Try to see if therapy works. And when that didn't work, try to see if these epidural injections help with your pain. It's only temporary, but they may help with your pain. And that you're young, you can give this time to heal. So our client did that, and she ended up living with this pain for over a year, and all this time she's working as an X-ray tech, which involves manipulating X-ray equipment, really, which is overhead movement. And this overhead movement, reaching over her head, really aggravated our client's pain. And at the end of the day, she would not be able to sleep at night because of that pain, and it just really made her life miserable for a long time. And all this time she was trying to get treatment that she needed and was having more difficulty because of the pandemic. So the insurance company tried to actually argue that she had what we call gaps in treatment, meaning that she waited too long in between seeing different providers and then ultimately getting the surgery. And they don't come out and say this, but the idea is that you're less credible or less worthy of belief if you have these long periods of time, notwithstanding that she had a very valid excuse being the pandemic, but and the fact that she was trying to get better on her own and didn't want to have the surgery if she could avoid it. Ultimately, she did. It did help with her pain. She had what we call a artificial disc replacement, and what was happening with her back was that she had herniated discs, which were pressing on the nerves in her back and causing that numbness and tingling sensation in her upper extremities. But the insurance company tried to use these gaps in treatment, and also, without saying it, but knowing full well that our client had no choice but to wait until courts opened back up so we could get a jury trial, or just take whatever money they were willing to offer her at that time. Fortunately, our client persevered. She was patient. She waited. Courts opened back up, and we got in line for a jury trial. By this time, we had met with our client's treating surgeon and gotten a written report, which would be admissible at trial. This report can be read into evidence and heard by the jury. That way, the doctor, who is busy treating patients, doesn't necessarily have to come to trial, and that makes scheduling a trial much easier. One fewer schedule to have to work around. And so this is a copy of the report. Basically what this is I won't go through all of this, but it summarizes the doctor's qualifications, our client's medical history. Importantly, it says that it states the doctor's opinion, that is, that the accident caused our client's need for the surgery and the treatment that she got from this doctor. And then, of course, it talks about her surgery and her likely prognosis in the future. So this medical report was one of several things that we do in many cases, and did in this case, to get ready for trial. And when the defense and the insurance company saw this and saw that we were knocking on the court's door, when can we get a jury trial? When can we get a jury trial? We were on the court's trial calendar. It was only then when the insurance company really got serious and finally did agree to settle the case for an amount that our client was happy with. And in this case, that ended up being $325,000. This $325,000 settlement was far more than what the insurance company was offering initially. Ironically, it was actually just a little more than what we had offered to settle the case for at the very beginning, which ended up being about 2 years on account of the pandemic worth of litigation. But we are very appreciative of our client's perseverance and willingness to let us take her case to trial. We didn't have to end up trying the case, but it's that type of readiness for trial and that type of work that sets our firm apart from many others, that we're not going to just take whatever money the insurance company will offer you. We'll fight it out for you. So thank you for watching, and please give us a call if you are a loved one or have a similar misfortune. Thank you.